The Supreme Court has decided to go ahead and allow for Karti Chidambaram, the Congress MP's review plea challenging the Prevention of Money Laundering Act judgment that will now be heard in open court. Chidambaram's review petition, to be heard tomorrow, seeks a review of the recent Prevention of Money Laundering Act judgment that had upheld the Enforcement Directorate's power to attach property involved in money laundering arrest, search and seizure. The judgment had led to some criticism, with some saying it reversed the basic laws of jurisprudence, presuming people to be guilty and they would have to prove their innocence. Our legal correspondent Nalini Sharma now joins me. Nalini, what does this mean? Is the Supreme Court now reviewing its own judgment that has led to much turmoil both among the political world and indeed in some sections of corporate India as well?
Well, Rajdeep, the Supreme Court's definitely looking into it, if not reviewing just yet. But what we have to remember is that the powers of the Supreme Court to review its own judgment are extremely limited. A review petition has to be filed before the Supreme Court within 30 days of the judgment being delivered, and it can only be entertained if there is some grave error that is apparent on the face of record, or if there is some grave injustice that has been caused to somebody as a result of that judgment. So what Karti Chidambaram has approached the Supreme Court with is by saying that this judgment of the Supreme Court does not fall in line with the previous judgments of the Supreme Court on the issue of bail, on the issue of criminal jurisprudence, and that is why there's an error apparent on the face of record. Now, the Supreme Court's taken the first step towards the review of this judgment by allowing an open court hearing, because the first hearing in a review petition always happens inside the chamber of the judge. And today they've decided that they will allow an open court hearing tomorrow. So they're definitely looking towards it, because remember, yesterday another judgment had come in from the Supreme Court where they had stated that the PMLA judgment might have some arbitrary implications because of the way that it's going to be implemented. So the Supreme Court might definitely be looking into it. Chief Justice of India, N.V. Ramana, who's retiring day after tomorrow, is going to be heading the bench. Most likely that's going to be looking at this review. So we'll have to wait and see what happens tomorrow. But this is definitely the first step. It's the first review petition that has been filed. And the Supreme Court right now has agreed to hear it at least in open court tomorrow.
Interesting there, because remember, the Prevention of Money Laundering Act is at the heart of political tussles that are going on across the country. Nalini Sharma there joining me.